Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are you? I hope you're doing great. It's kind of a windy, blustery morning here in Vegas. Um, Probably, let's see, gonna be in the mid 80s today. Beautiful day as far as I'm concerned and here in Vegas. So this is Saturday, May the 23rd, 2020. And guess what? Yes, as you can tell from the description below, the old Geriatric Geek finally made it into post-apocalypse. I made it into a Goodwill. I guess it's not really post-apocalypse, but nearing the end, I hope, right? So last week, Wednesday, all of our Goodwills here in Las Vegas opened. So me being that person, I showed up at 10 o'clock. We're going to open at 10 o'clock, I believe. Got there at 10 o'clock. I couldn't get in the parking lot. There were so many cars. Literally could not get in the parking lot. So, you know what? That was too much for me. So I left. I thought, you know what? I'll come back tomorrow and check it out. So I went back Thursday. It was probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And there was people everywhere still. So they were letting so many people in at a time. They're doing like a percentage, like half occupancy or something. So I said, you know what? Let me give it one more day. So eventually, Friday of last week, I made it in. Really didn't see anything. There was just when I got in there, the line was all the way around the store to check out. So Geriatric Geek left again. So long story short, fast forward to Tuesday of this last week, and I finally made it in there about, let's say noon, and was able to cop a few things. Did okay. I didn't do as great as I would have liked. I really thought after all this time that they haven't been open, that there'd be a bigger selection. But because I was so late, I think it was pretty well picked over, and that's okay. You know what? I got a few good things, a few okay things. I actually did find a few horror titles, so let's get into them. Let's show you what the old geek picked up, and I'm happy. I'm going to try and make it over there. I have 5 Goodwills within about 10 miles of my house, so I'm going to try and just pick one a week and go for a little bit until they actually, are able to open up more reasonably. Anyway, so let's do this. The first one off the top is a horror, well, kind of a horror flick. I've not seen it, but it sounded interesting to me. It's called Sliver, unrated, and it's got Sharon Stone in it. So, hey, I like it already. It's not rated. It's a 1993 flick, 107 minutes, a drama thriller. But somebody's watching old Sharon in the Too Hot for Theaters unrated cut. That's what that is. Sharon Stone steams up the screen when Carly, who's Stone, moves into New York's most exclusive apartment buildings. Its residents start turning up brutally murdered, and someone is videotaping Carly during her most private moments. Who is it? Who is videotaping Miss Carly? Oh, and the other cool thing about what I picked up here, I was kind of upset that I couldn't find a lot of really good stuff, but on this day that I went, everything, all media, books and movies included, were $2. Except for videotapes, VHS, they were, I think, a quarter, but I didn't get any of those. I didn't see anything I really wanted. Didn't want to stay in there very long, so everything I got, $2. Can't beat that, I thought. Next up, a couple seasons. I like to get my seasons, and I did find a couple of these that were in really good shape. Talking about Arrested Development. This is season 1 and 2. Season 1's from 2003, of course. It's a comedy. about a dysfunctional family. You know, I've never watched any of this, so now that I have the first season, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna watch it. So, as you can see, these were all $4.99, so I got those for $2. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Season 1, Season 2 of Arrested Development. Get these out of the way. Next up, we have another one. A complete first season of something that I really enjoyed watching on some years ago. Dog Whisperer. This is season 1 with Cesar Millan. There you go. Boy, he can work magic with those dogs. He has the uncanny ability to rehab problem dogs of all shapes and sizes, capturing the national spotlight with his TV show on the National Geographic Channel. Caesar's guidance and teaching help dogs and their owners live happier lives together. All right, Cesar Millan. Alrighty. And another one I'm kind of happy to have that was in really, I mean, this thing's in perfect shape, so who doesn't like Boogie Nights? R-rated from 1997, 155 minutes. With Mark Wahlberg and Burt Reynolds, and this is in the. I enjoyed this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Behind the scenes story of an extended family of filmmakers who set out to revolutionize the adult entertainment industry in the 70s. This is supposed to take place in the 70s and the 80s. I thought it was a pretty good flick. And I didn't have it, so now I do. Now I do. And all right, another couple seasons of, these are the, I don't know how many seasons there are of Dexter, but I got the 5th and the 6th that I did not have. 5th and the 6th. 10 hours, 18 minutes on each one of these. Of course, it's not rated. This was a Showtime production. He's America's favorite serial killer. All right, so 5 and 6. Glad to have those. Glad to have those. And one of my, probably one of my favorite movies. Clerks. Excuse me. Clerks, R-rated, 92 minutes, 1984. Of course, it's a comedy by Kevin Smith. The fully loaded 15th anniversary edition of Kevin Smith's legendary directorial debut is the one to own. Even more outrageous on Blu-ray and complete with bonus materials, it's the most brilliant and uncompromising presentation yet. It's one wild day in the life of a pair of overworked counter jockeys whose razor-sharp wit and on-the-job antics give a whole new meaning to customer service. Clerks. Glad to have it. R-rated, of course. Next up, I'm a sucker for most anything Adam Sandler, so I didn't have Click. I remember seeing this back in 2006 when it came out, I do believe. PG-13, 107 minutes. Really good comedy. Adam Sandler, one of the best in my opinion. It's about a harried workaholic, Michael Newman, who's Adam Sandler, doesn't have time for his wife and children, not if he's to impress his ungrateful boss and earn a well-deserved promotion. So he meets Morty, Christopher Walken, and he gets the answer to his prayers, a magical remote that allows him to bypass life's little distractions. Oh, if we could only have one of those, right? What would you do? What would you click through? And hey, I got this because first off, it had a working digital code in it, and I liked this movie, American Sniper, R-rated, 132 minutes, 2014. Of course, this is directed by Clint Eastwood. Bio-action flick about a Navy SEAL. Chris Kyle, his mission to protect his brothers, and despite the danger, and this is all about him coming home and having to deal with his home life, and pretty good drama. Pretty good. Glad to have that on Blu-ray in my collection. Next up, all right, something called Alpha Dog. Alpha Dog, R-rated, 2007. This has Bruce Willis and Justin Timberlake. Don't really know much about it. Inspired by true events, they grew up together in the suburbs of LA, living their own version of the American dream with every day a blur of partying and looking for the next thrill. Johnny is the leader in their sordid world of drugs, greed, power, and privilege, but when he is double-crossed by another dealer, things quickly begin to spiral out of control. There you go. Never seen it, but it looked interesting, so I thought, what the heck, $2? I'll pick it up. Speaking of irreverent entertaining, Kick-Ass, 2010, R-rated, 117 minutes. It's an action comedy. Basically, it's about a young man, I think, that he wants to be a superhero, but he has no superpowers. What could go wrong with that, right? I've never seen this. It looks good, though. Looked interesting. Looked like a good one-time watch to me. Kick-Ass. All right. Little Sandra Bullock action. Premonition. PG-13. 2007, 96 minutes. It's a thriller. Linda Hansen, who's played by Sandra, has a beautiful house, a loving husband, and 2 adorable daughters. Her life is perfect until the day she gets the devastating news that her husband has died in a car accident when she wakes up the next morning to find him alive and well. She assumes it was all a dream, or was it? Suddenly her perfect life is turned upside down as she begins a desperate scramble to save her family and uncover the truth. Here's the back. Somehow I've missed this one, so I wanted to check it out. Looked interesting to me. Speaking of interesting, I think I remember watching this back in 2013, but I'd like to revisit it, called Mud. Great acting in this drama. PG-13, 130 minutes. Mud is a timeless adventure about 2 boys, Ellis and Neckbone, who find a mysterious outlaw named Mud, who's McConaughey, hiding on a deserted island in the Mississippi River. Mud tells the boys fantastic stories, including how he had to kill a man to save his true love, Juniper, who's Reese Witherspoon. I do like me some Reese Witherspoon. So there you go, Mud. Happy to have that one. I'll rewatch that. I don't remember it exactly, so happy to have it. All right. Excuse me, let me wet my whistle. All right. This one, brand new, factory sealed. Can you believe it? I have, let's see, this is season 1, right? Second season. This is second season. I have season 1, but I saw this for brand new, factory sealed. This used to be a Target exclusive, evidently. 2006. It's an HBO thing, comedy drama. Basically about life in the fast lane in Hollywood, I guess. I haven't watched any of this, so glad to have the factory sealed copy of Entourage. I mean, you see it everywhere in the thrift stores, but never factory sealed. Next up, something that had the digital code, and I thought, I'll take that. I have never watched this, called Selma, PG-13 from 2014. 2 hours and 8 minutes long. It's a biography about Dr. Martin Luther King, his struggles in 1965 down in Alabama. I think my wife will probably enjoy watching this one with me. She's into those types of dramas. And speaking of Dwayne Johnson, no, Hercules 3D, PG-13, not rated, 2014 flick, 98 minutes. This movie, I've never seen it. It gets terrible reviews. I've heard other people talk bad, but basically it's the backstory of Hercules, I believe. I've never seen it. Just looked interesting. So why not for $2? I'll check it out. Now these, a couple here, I think I've seen some people get these in Dollar Tree hauls, but the old Geek never got them. But I picked them up at Goodwill. High Plains Invaders. Just look gory and crazy. Not rated, 87 minutes, 2009. So basically it's a Wild West town fighting extraterrestrials. Right up my alley. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's been a Dollar Tree title. And I got this because, hey, you guys look at that and tell me why I got that. That's right, it's Danny Trejo playing Pastor Shepard. 93 minutes, 2010, non-rated comedy. I guess it's a comedy. Shepard lives with his elderly drug-addicted mother, who now faces bankruptcy after being swindled into giving her life savings to duplicitous televangelists. Desperate to erase her debt, Shepard turns to his bad-tempered and violent neighbor, Phil, who's Danny Trejo, and the two decide to pursue justice by finding the televangelist who destroyed his mother's life. Danny Trejo. That's right. I lucked out. Boom. Boost with Danny Trejo. Not rated, 2015. It's got 95 minutes worth on it. Boost centers around Jimmy, a car thief from Detroit who comes out to LA to start fresh. At least that's what he tells his stepfather, Clyde, an LAPD officer, when he first arrives. But it's obvious from the start that he hasn't changed his ways at all, only his locale. So when Jimmy gets hired by Roy, a slimy Mexican gangster who owns an auto shop, to steal a certain car on a certain day for big money, we're not too surprised when he breaks all of his own rules. Danny Trejo. My collection, I'm getting, Danny Trejo's done over 400 flicks. I probably got 75 of them, so I'm on my way. Trying to get as many as I can. Outpost, Rise of the Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz? I've seen this, I believe, at Dollar Trees also. I didn't find it, but hey, I'm glad to have it. I believe this is a 2013, not rated, 87 minutes, about Nazi zombies. This is the third movie, I believe, in that series. Yeah, third installment. Action thriller. Discover the horrifying origins of these supernatural soldiers as they battle the most ruthless and notorious of all military special forces, the Russian Spetsnaz, in their quest for absolute power. Crazy, silly stuff, but we got it. Next up, that's right, a little horror, something called Curve. An hour and 26 minutes, 2015, R-rated horror thriller. This, as I recall, has never really gotten good reviews, but looked interesting to me. Julianne Hough stars in this horror thriller as a young bride-to-be who deliberately crashes her car off a desert highway in an attempt to escape from a charming predatory hitchhiker. When the plan backfires, trapping her in an overturned vehicle, she defends herself against a terrorizing psychopath, only to uncover a shocking truth that fuels her fight for survival. If you've seen this one or know anything about it, let me know down below. Is it any good? Looks interesting to me. And we got season 1 of Dracula. 2014, 7 hours and 28 minutes worth. It's not rated. I've never seen this, never heard of it. Golden Globe winner Jonathan Rhys Meyers stars in the season 1 of Dracula, a sexy, twisted, and provocative take on Bram Stoker's classic novel. You can read the back there if you'd like. Happy to have the season 1 with Jonathan Rhys Meyers. I was happy to find this one, starring Ouija's Bianca Santos, Little Red Riding Hood. How could you avoid picking up something like that? Not rated. 89 minutes, 2016. Terrible reviews, I suspect, but it's about the residents of a small town discover that something more sinister than killer wolves is lurking in the backwoods. First, the wolves start turning up dead, then people. Little Rotting Hood time. And, oh my gosh, guys. I don't know if you guys... Well, there you go. Stephen King and Clive Barker's Quicksilver Highway. This is out of print and goes for quite a bit of bucks on the eBay, so I was happy to find it for $2. Quicksilver Highway, it's 90 minutes long, not rated, from 1997. Stephen King's part of this is Chattery Teeth with Christopher somebody. In Chattery Teeth by Stephen King, a traveling rail, picked up a psychotic hitchhiker in a strange novelty toil for a drive home that leads straight to hell. And The Body Politic by Clive Barker is a plastic surgeon who must fight back when his hands develop a homicidal mind of their own. I've not seen either of these, but happy to find this for $2. Not that I would flip it or anything, but hey, you know, it's pretty cool. All right, and last, from Goodwill, my first trip to Goodwill, Here Comes the Devil, not rated, 98 minutes, from 2013. This one's got it all. Satanism, sex, gore. It's a Mexican flick. A couple's son and daughter inexplicably reappear after being lost overnight on a desolate, cave-riddled mountainside. Becoming withdrawn and beginning to exhibit strange behavior, their parents quickly assume something sinister happened to them. But after hearing an ominous local legend, the concerned mother and father begin to realize that their children may have fallen prey to something inhuman, and that this dark, unstoppable evil has now returned home with them. Never seen it, never heard of it. Let me know if you have, down below. So there you go, guys. That was my first post-apocalypse trip to Goodwill. I look the part. I really need to shave and get a haircut, but hey, I'm going to make it. You guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little out and about video. And thank you, because you watched and because you're a subscriber, and this is only for subscribers, I'm going to give away something again. That's right, the old Geriatric Geek. He can't stop giving away stuff. Brand new, factory sealed, Joe. There's the rub. Fantasy Island is going to go, the whole physical copy, unopened, with a working digital code. That's right. I'm going to give that out to a subscriber that I'm going to use my usual random number generator thing. So between 0 and 200. 0 and 200 without going over Price is Right style, you can get your very own Fantasy Island. That's right, from the Geriatric Geek. So, in the comments down below, give me a number between 0 and 200. And let's see, it's currently 10 o'clock here in the Pacific time zone, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Sunday morning, tomorrow, I'll cut off the comments, and we'll see who wins themselves a copy of Fantasy Island. So, hey, thanks again. That's just me being appreciative of your being a sub and trying to get me closer to 1,000. Thank you so much for subscribing if you just recently subbed. Thank you so much. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe. You know, hey, you guys keep having fun. Stay safe. Until next time. I'm going to do this drawing probably Monday morning when I'm going to do another video. Hopefully another one of those crazy. I've gotten quite a few. Not just, I have 3 of those packs. I went a little bull moose crazy. I love the mystery stuff, so I've got a few of those to open up. I can't wait to do that. So stick with me, you guys. Sub, let's do this thing. And don't worry, I'm going to be giving away some other goodies. So in that vein, with that being said, keep smiling, keep having fun. Until next time, peace.